A very good morning to students. How are you? Take care of yourself and be protected from the COVID-19. Students, we are continuing chapter 3, which is the basis of human behavior. And this chapter is basically divided into two parts: the biological basis of human behavior and the cultural basis of human behavior. So we had already done about the biological basis of human behavior, in which we had studied about the nervous system, the neuron, the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, the endocrine system, and the genes, chromosomes, and how it is related with this with our behavior. Okay, and we in next part, that's mean the cultural basis of behavior. With in previous video we had just started the concept of culture. Let's continuing the concept of culture. So what is culture? Basically, the culture refers to the man-made part of the environment. Okay, it comprises diverse products of the behavior of many people, including ourselves. So these products can be material object, ideas, or social institutions. So sometime which is transmitted from one generation to another, except biological traits, except the biological transmission, the all remaining parts basically known as the culture. Whatever can be transmitted through one generation to another is known as culture. And it may be ideas, it may be material object, or it may be social institution. Let us look at some examples. The room you might be in now in a cultural product. It is the result of someone's architectural ideas and building skills. So your room may be rectangular, but there are many places where rooms are not rectangular. For example, those of Eskimos, the lower part of the earth, on the globe, the Eskimos, which are basically the houses made by ice. These are Eskimos. So उनका जो shape होता है वो this is not rectangular, and basically वो जो round shape में बनाते हैं Eskimos अपना जो houses बनाते हैं. And while reading this chapter, you might be sitting on a chair that some people designed and built some time ago. And since sitting in a chair required a particular posture, so this invention is shaping your behavior. There are societies without chair. Just try to think how people in those societies would be sitting in order to do something, do some reading or do some work. So students sit on chair in the classroom, but chairs are not found in all schools. In schools, in most village, there are no chairs for students. They sit on the ground or on a piece of sack spread over it. So that in some societies, children gather in rooms facing a teacher in another kind of cultural products called schooling. So this institution may have material aspects such as buildings and ideational aspects. So such as the notion that schooling should take place at a specific place and time, or the idea that individuals attending schools must be evaluated and given certificates on successful completion of the schooling. So these institutions also provide with behavioral expectation for all those who participate in it. So this is the concept, the school concept, the classroom concept, how we our posture which is required for in classroom for a sitting. Okay, the concept of given certificate after the completing the school, after the examination. These whole ideas, these whole institution, these whole objects are basically known as culture. किसी न किसी का idea, किसी न किसी का imagination है जिसके थ्रू ये सारी चीज़ें इन्वेंट हुई, एंड नाउ वी आर यूज टू फॉर दोज थिंग्स. कुछ आइडियाज जनरेट हुए और वो ट्रांसमिट हुए वन जनरेशन टू अनदर. ये आइडिया हम लोग अभी इन सारे फैक्ट्स पे इम्फेसिस नहीं करते बिकॉज हम लोग हैबिचुअल है, हमने बचपन से ये चीज़ें देखी. बट इमेजिन करो आज से 100 ईयर्स अगो और ज़्यादा पहले अगर आप जा रहे हो, एंशिएंट टाइम में आप जाओ, जब हमारे एंसेस्टर्स थे, तो इमेजिन करो कि उस टाइम पे कैसे कैसे होता था. द सिस्टम ऑफ द फॉर्मल एजुकेशन जब वहाँ पे नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता था, सिस्टम ऑफ द मॉडर्न एजुकेशन आर बेसिकली नॉट, उस टाइम पे नहीं था, तो वहाँ पे कैसे वो लोग करते थे, किस तरह से उनकी लाइफ थी, कैसे इमेजिन करते थे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इन नाउ अ डेज द मोबाइल फोन इज़ वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर पीपल. इवन द दिस जनरेशन इज़ बेसिकली बॉर्न विथ मोबाइल फोन्स. ठीक है, उन्हें उससे सेपरेट करना इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. बट आप इमेजिन करो कि आपके टाइम पे था, या आप अपने पेरेंट्स से अगर बात करो तो क्या उनके टाइम पे ये सारी चीज़ें थी, अब उसके बिना क्या वो अपनी लाइफ इमेजिन नहीं कर सकते विदाउट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, विदाउट मोबाइल फ़ोन. सो कहीं ना कहीं हमारे कल्चर का पार्ट हो गया. ये कैसे पार्ट हुआ, किसी न किसी ने आइडिया जनरेट किया, उस आइडिया को इम्प्लीमेंट किया, एंड आफ्टर दिस इम्प्लीमेंटेशन द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ दिस, उससे क्या बेनिफिट हुआ उसे वो आइडेंटिफाई कर पाए, एंड आफ्टर दैट दीज आइडियाज एंड दीज थिंग्स आर ट्रांसमिटेड टू वन जनरेशन टू अनदर जनरेशन. एंड दिस आइडियाज, दिस ऑब्जेक्ट्स, दिस टाइप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन, दिस स्ट्रक्चर, दिस कंस्ट्रक्शंस, जो भी ये चीज़ें हमने बनाई, मैन मेड पार्ट इन्वायरमेंट में, जो हमने इन्वायरमेंट को मॉडिफाई किया, एडजस्ट किया, अडेप्ट किया अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर नीड, अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर सर्वाइवल, अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर welfare. So these things are basically known as culture. The values, the beliefs, the system which we in live, which we exist, these kind of things are known as culture. So both teacher and student have a series of roles to play and responsibility to share. Individuals, families, and communities have different view about schooling. Some believe that school education is a valuable thing. They have unshaken faith that school education can make people powerful and change their destiny. Others consider it neither valuable nor do they have faith in its strength as such. So some societies emphasis on equal education for boys and girls, others do not. Some group widely participate in the process of schooling, other participate little or not at all. बहुत सारे ट्राइब्स स्टिल ऐसे एग्जिस्ट करते हैं जो उनके लिए स्कूलिंग इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. दे डोंट नीड टू स्कूल. ठीक है, वो एजुकेशन की इंपॉर्टेंस को नहीं जानते, क्योंकि उनका कल्चर ऐसा है कि वहाँ पे आप अगर सर्वाइव कर रहे हो, बेसिकली वो वोकेशनल कल्चर पे ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं, एंड वो अपने चिल्ड्रंस को वही टेक्निक्स, वही स्किल्स, प्रैक्टिकल स्किल्स लर्न कराते हैं जो उनकी लाइफ में सर्वाइविंग के लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है. उनको उनके कह सकते हैं कि आप रोज़ी रोटी के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो किस तरह से सर्वाइव कर पाएंगे, किस तरह से उनकी इनकम हो पाए, और वो उनको बेसिक नीड्स जो है उनकी फूड एंड शेड वो उनको प्रोवाइड करा पाए. सो ठीक है, स्टिल बहुत सारे ट्राइबल ग्रुप्स ऐसे हैं. सो पार्टिसिपेट लिटिल और नॉट एट ऑल. पीपल विथ स्पेशल नीड ऑफन रिमेन deprived of school education for a number of reasons, and people's views about communities, gender, caste, group, and those with special needs and their educability also differ widely across societies. So these are the differences in culture to culture. These are the differences into different type of culture, different type of societies. As you look around you, will find that the much of our life as human being involve interacting with various cultural products and behaving in accord with them. So these means that culture shaped our behavior in a significant manner. A culture is shape our behavior in a significant manner. However, it may also be noted at this point that just as culture shaped us, we also shape our culture. That means the relationship is basically two-sided, interactive. We can also modify and change our culture, and culture can also change our way of thinking, change our way of expressing our behaviors. So the culture is basically shape us behavior, and the individual, the persons is also change their culture. Several anthropologists have pointed out the mutual influences of culture and psyche on each other. They suggest that the relationship between individuals and their social surroundings is interactive, and in the course of these interactions, they constitute each other. So this perspective emphasizes that human beings are not passive recipients of cultural forces. Instead, they themselves create the context in which their behavior is shaped. Now, what is culture? In spite of these, the fact that culture is always with us, much confusion exists in defining culture. It is more like the notion of energy in physics or the group in sociology. Some believe that culture really exists out there and it matters to individuals while others believe that culture does not really exist. Instead, it is an idea created and shared by a group of people. ठीक है. So that's mean the diversity in the defining of the concept of the culture. ठीक है. कल्चर को डिफाइन करने में बहुत सारे डाइवर्स पर्सपेक्टिव्स हैं, बहुत सारी डाइवर्सिटी एग्जिस्ट करती है, बहुत सारा कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी एग्जिस्ट करता है, जैसे कि फिजिक्स में एनर्जी को डिफाइन करने में एंड सोशियोलॉजी में ग्रुप को डिफाइन करने में, वैसे ही सोशियोलॉजी में ही कल्चर को डिफाइन करने में भी बहुत ज़्यादा कन्फ्यूज़न है, बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंट व्यूज़ हैं. The innumerable definitions of culture commonly point to some of its essential features. On the basis of some common features, some essential feature, we are basically trying to define the culture. One is that culture includes behavioral products of others who precedes us, and it indicates both substantial and abstract particulars that have prior existence in one form or another. So this is the culture. It contains values that will be expressed and a language in which to express them, and it contains a way of life that will be followed by most of us who grew up in that context, in that culture. So such a conceptualizing of culture tends to place it outside the individual, but there are also treatment of culture that plays in the mind of individuals. So in the later case, culture is identified with the historically transmitted patterns of meaning embodied in symbols. Culture provides meaning by creating significant categories like social practices, for example marriage, and rules, for example bride groom. These are the rules कि किस तरह से क्या pattern होना चाहिए, क्या customs होने चाहिए. So as well as values, beliefs and premises, as Richard Sweated put it, to learn that a mother's sister's husband is an uncle. Okay, this is also a product of culture. How we decide the kinship, how we decide the relationship. Every culture have a name for a person. For example, a mother's sister's husband is an uncle. So that one most somehow receive the frame of understanding from others. This is the framework on which basis the person identified the other relations and learn new things, learn new relations. So whether culture is taken as an existing reality or as an abstraction, so or both, it exerts many real influences on human behavior. It allows us to categorize and explain many important differences in human behavior that were previously attributed to biological differences, social and cultural context within which human development taken place vary widely over time and place. For example, some 20 years ago, children in India would not have known several products that are now part of a child's world. Similarly, an Adivasi living in a remote forest or hilly area would not have a pizza or the sandwich as breakfast. So this is the culture. In the previous paragraph, we had made frequent use of the term culture and society. Often they are considered to carry similar meaning. Let us note at this point that they are not the same thing. As I told you earlier that the society is the different concept and the culture is a little bit different from the society. Society or any other species also follow the society concept. They live in a society, but the culture is a unique thing which are only followed by the human beings. A society is basically, what is society? The definition of society: a society is a group of people who occupy a particular territory and speak a common language. This is known as society. A group of people जो एक कह सकते हैं आप एक एरिया में, एक फिजिकल एरिया में, एक टेरिटरी में रहते हैं, एंड दे स्पीक अ कॉमन लैंग्वेज and not generally understood by neighboring people. A society may or may not be a single nation, but every society has its own culture, and it is culture. Culture that shapes human behavior from society to society. Culture is the label for all the different features that vary from society to society. ठीक है, कल्चर बेसिकली एक ह्यूमन बिहेवियर को शेप करने की कोई चीज़ है जो कि बेसिकली वैरी करती है सोसाइटी टू सोसाइटी. हर सोसाइटी का एक अपना ओन कल्चर होता है, और कल्चर इज द लेबल फॉर ऑल डिफरेंट फीचर्स दैट वेरी फ्रॉम सोसाइटी टू सोसाइटी. So it is these different features of society whose influence psychologists want to examine in their studies of human behavior. Thus, a group of people who manage their livelihood through hunting and gathering in forest would present a life characteristic by certain features that will not be found in a society that live mainly on agricultural products or wage earnings. तो दिस इज़ द होल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कल्चर. आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में एक्चुअली ये फिनोमेना बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल में है, बट यू डोंट नीड टू एक्सप्लेन इन दिस टाइप ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट. ठीक है, आपको इतना डिटेल में आपको मेंशन करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर जस्ट 2 or 3 points. व्हाट इज़ कल्चर, the definition of culture, and how the society and the culture is differentiate, and the basic 2 or 3 examples. ठीक है, which can be justified your answer. Okay, now the concept of cultural transmission on the basis of culture, on the basis of cultural traits, the cultural concept, we can basically culture is anything which is transmitted to one generation to another. So there is a concept of cultural transmission as like a genetic transmission. So we have seen earlier that as human being we are both biological and socio-cultural creatures. So as biological creatures we have certain vital needs. Their fulfillment enhance our chances of survival, and in fulfilling these needs we use most of our acquired skills, and we also have a highly developed capacity to benefit from experiences of our own and those of others. So no other creature has learning capacity to the same extent as we have. The one more important discrimination between other species and the human beings is that our learning capacity is more powerful, more detail, and more emphasis, because the other species have don't have this much capacity for learning. No other creature has learning capacity of the same extent as we have. No other creature has created an organized system of learning called education, and none is this universe want to learn as much as we do. As a result, we display many forms of behavior that are uniquely human and creature of what we call culture. The processes of enculturation and socialization make us cultural being. The main processes are these. So basically these are 3 processes in which the cultural transmission is happen. The cultural transmission is possible. First one is acculturation, then inculturation, and the socialization. These all are interrelated terms, and all are responsible for cultural transmission. Let's understand these 3 concepts in very short. First of all, acculturation. First of all, understand inculturation. After that, you can able to understand the acculturation. So inculturation, that's mean एक ऐसा ट्रांसमिशन जो कि विद इन अ कल्चर हो रहा है. एक सिंगल कल्चर की बात कर रहे हैं बेसिकली हम फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. सो इनकल्चरेशन दैट्स मीन इनडायरेक्ट लर्निंग. जो भी जितना भी कुछ हम विदाउट प्रेशर, विदाउट द फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग, विदाउट द फॉर्मल पर्सपेक्टिव हम लर्न करते हैं, ओनली बाय सीइंग, ओनली बाय ऑब्जर्विंग. जो भी चीज़ें हम लर्न करते हैं विदाउट फोर्स, this is known as inculturation. Inculturation, that's mean you can say the indirect or without direct and the deliberate teaching के through जितनी भी चीज़ें हम learn करते हैं, this is enculturation. Now socialization में दोनों part include होंगे, direct and the indirect. Both type of learning is here, and socialization basically हमें एक social being बनाता है. It is a very detailed process. So many factors are there, so many points are there in socialization, and this is very wide concept in comparison to enculturation. So enculturation and the socialization, these two concept is basically explain the one culture. Okay, only one culture, how the transmission is happen, how the transmission is occur in a single culture. This is the enculturation and the socialization. Socialization, that means all the direct and the indirect teaching, all the direct and the indirect transmission, and the inculturation only the indirect part of informal part of transmission of the knowledge of the skills. And the now the topic of the acculturation. Acculturation, that means a culture specified values or specified beliefs are basically transmitted, basically changed or the modified by the influence of the other culture. Okay, so acculturation, that means relationship or the you can say relationship between the two culture, how the impact of one culture is influenced the other culture. This is the concept of acculturation. Acculturation has happened with the contact of two culture. Okay, now detail the concepts. First of all, enculturation. Enculturation refers to all learning that take place without direct deliberate teaching. We learn certain ideas, concepts and values simply because of their availability in our cultural context, in our environment. For example, what is vegetables and what is weed, or what is cereal and what is non-cereal, is defined by what is already there, previously labeled as vegetable or cereal and agreed upon by people at large. Such concepts are transmitted both directly and indirectly and are learned very well because they are an integral part of the life of a cultural group and are never questions. All such examples of learning are called enculturation. Enculturation, that means indirect, and you can say the non-direct and the deliberate teaching. We learn so many things only because their availability in a particular context, in a particular environment. ठीक है, ऐसा बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो हम सिर्फ इसलिए लर्न कर लेते हैं क्योंकि उनकी अवेलेबिलिटी है. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर हम अभी इस नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को देखें, सो द एक्सपोजर ऑफ मोबाइल एंड कंप्यूटर्स आर वेरी मच इंक्रीज्ड इन कंपैरिजन टू 3 बैक जनरेशन. अगर आप चले जाओ तो वहाँ पे इतना शायद नहीं अवेलेबिलिटी थी, बट नाउ इट इज़ अवेलेबल इन योर कॉन्टेक्स्ट, इन्वायरमेंटल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, कल्चरल कॉन्टेक्स्ट. सो किसी भी छोटे बच्चे को आप अगर कंपेयर करके देख रहे हो तो 2 और 3 ईयर के बेबी को उसे बताना नहीं पड़ेगा हाउ टू ऑपरेट मोबाइल फ़ोन. दे नो वेरी वेल जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ अवेलेबिलिटी, क्योंकि उसके कल्चर में वो चीज़ें प्रेजेंट हैं. दे डोंट नो टू, उन्हें बताना नहीं पड़ेगा कि कैसे ऑपरेट किया जाता है, किस तरह से आपको पकड़ना है, कैसे छूना है. वो सिर्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन के थ्रू एंड अवेलेबिलिटी के थ्रू वो जान जाएंगे, क्योंकि वो उनके एनवायरनमेंट में वो एग्जिस्ट करता है, वो है अवेलेबल है. दैट्स वाई उनकी लर्निंग उन्हें ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाती है. ऐसे बहुत सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं जो हम विदाउट मतलब हमें अवेयरनेस भी नहीं होती इन सारी चीज़ों की कि हाउ वी लर्न दीज थिंग्स. ओके, thus enculturation refers to all learning that occur in human life because of its availability in our socio-cultural context. The key element of enculturation is learning by observation. ठीक है, whatever we can learn only by the observing the people, observing the situation, this is known as the enculturation. जहाँ पे सिर्फ अवेलेबिलिटी के बेसिस पे आप उन चीज़ों को लर्न कर लेते हो, आपको कोई एफर्ट नहीं करना होता. आपके पेरेंट्स को या आपके जो भी एल्डर्स हैं उनको आपको वो चीज़ें लर्न कराने के लिए एफर्ट नहीं करना पड़ता. दे अंडरस्टूड एंड दे लर्न. सो whenever we learn any content of our society by observation, enculturation is in evidence. These contents are culturally shaped by our preceding generation. In this sense, enculturation always refers to learning something that is already available. A major part of our behavior is the product of enculturation. In Indian families, many complex activities like cooking are learned by observation. There is no prescribed curriculum and no textbook for such activities, and there is also no deliberate instructions for cooking. ठीक है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इंडियन गर्ल्स जो हैं 14-15 ईयर्स की एज में, या और भी छोटी, बहुत सारी छोटी गर्ल्स भी अगर आप देखो 20 ईयर्स की गर्ल्स हैं, फीमेल चाइल्ड है जो 13 ईयर्स में, दे नो कुकिंग ओनली बाय ऑब्जर्वेशन. दे डोंट नो, उनको कभी कोई टेक्स्ट बुक नहीं पढ़ाई गई हाउ टू कुक की, या फिर कोई प्रिस्क्राइब करिकुलम नहीं था, बट ओनली द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द टेक्निक, ओनली अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द स्किल ऑफ द कुकिंग उन्होंने अपनी मदर से ऑब्जर्व किया, एंड दे नो how to cook. So this is a typical example of enculturation. This is the kind of observation which is only occur when because the availability of the skill is available in their environment, in their culture. So although the effort of enculturation are obvious, people are generally not aware of these effects. They are also generally not aware of what is not available in the society to be learned. So this leads to an apparent paradox that people who are most truly enculturate are often the least aware of their cultural role in modeling them. ठीक है, ये बहुत बड़ा पार्ट हमारे सोसाइटी का, हमारी पर्सनालिटी का जो है वो हम थ्रू इनकल्चरेशन लर्न करते हैं. बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं, हाउ टू ड्रेस, हाउ टू टाई, हाउ टू कॉम योर हेयर, हाउ टू कुक, ठीक है, हाउ टू टॉक, हाउ टू रिस्पेक्ट एल्डर. दीज बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द इन्वायरमेंट की वजह से लर्न करते हैं. दिस ऑल थिंग्स आर बेसिकली द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ इनकल्चरेशन, एंड दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली इवन वी आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ इट. हमें पता भी नहीं होता कि हम कितनी सारी चीज़ें सीख रहे हैं. दैट्स वाई हमारे पास कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं होता. वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज़ अवेलेबल एंड व्हाट इज़ नॉट अवेलेबल. Because we are even not aware of what is available, then how we are deciding the what is not available in a particular context, in the particular culture. So this is the concept of enculturation. Now our second concept is the socialization. So this is the concept of enculturation. That means learning without direct and deliberate teaching, but by observation, by availability of the particular context of the particular phenomena in a specific culture. The important thing is here that the inculturation has happened only a single culture. We are talking here only a single culture. ठीक है, एक कल्चर की यहाँ हम बात कर रहे हैं. Inculturation is only happen in a single culture. Okay. डिफरेंट कल्चर्स में डेफिनेटली होगा, बट एक कल्चर में जो इनकल्चरेशन शो हो रहा है, दैट्स मीन अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ देयर कल्चर. ठीक है, वहाँ की कल्चर की जो चीज़ें अवेलेबल है वहाँ पे हम वो चीज़ें लर्न कर रहे हैं, लर्निंग फ्रॉम योर ओन कल्चर. दिस इज द इनकल्चरेशन. नाउ मूव टू देयर सेकेंड टॉपिक विच इज सोशलाइजेशन. एंड आई जस्ट होप यू आर फेमिलियर विद द टर्म ऑफ सोशलाइजेशन. आपने और सारे सब्जेक्ट में भी सोशलाइजेशन का टर्म ज़रूर पढ़ा होगा, एंड इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म. लेट्स लुक एट द concept. So what is socialization? Socialization, that means learning to be an effective member of a group of the society. This is happened by lifespan learning. ये lifespan learning है. This is not the a specific period तक ही learning होती है, ऐसा नहीं है. एंड कल्चरल ट्रांसमिशन मेथड क्या है इसका? बाय नेटिव लैंग्वेज. आप अपनी सेम लैंग्वेज से सोशलाइजेशन सीखते हो. इट इज़ अ फॉर्मल एंड इनफॉर्मल पार्ट ऑफ लर्निंग. ठीक है, यहाँ पे फॉर्मल लर्निंग भी होती है एंड कुछ इनफॉर्मल पार्ट ऑफ द लर्निंग होती है, दोनों का. बट जो मोटिव होता है, जो एम होता है, दिस इज ओनली द कल्चर, द सोसाइटी इज वांट टू learn to you that you are making a member, effective member of the बेसिकली द ग्रुप ऑफ द सोसाइटी और द कल्चर. ठीक है, वो आपको एक इफेक्टिव मेंबर बनाना चाहते हैं अपने सोसाइटी का, अपने कल्चर का. तो सोसाइटी में जितनी भी चीज़ें अवेलेबल हैं, सोसाइटी के नॉर्म्स हैं, सोसाइटी के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन हैं, क्या कस्टम्स क्या चल रहे हैं, क्या ट्रेडिशन है, किस तरह से लाइफ लिविंग आर्ट क्या है, किस तरह से फॉलो करनी है उनको, सारी चीज़ें वो आपको लर्न कराते हैं फॉर्मली और इनफॉर्मली, जिसका मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव से भी होता है कि यू आर बिकमिंग अ इफेक्टिव मेंबर ऑफ अ ग्रुप. Let's look at the concept. Socialization is a process. First of all, this is important. It is a process, and by which individual acquire knowledge, skills, and dispositions which enable them to participate as effective member of a group or society. So it is a process that continue over the entire lifespan, and through which one learns and develops way of functioning at any stage of development. So socialization from the basis of social and cultural transmission from one generation to the next. Its failure in any society may endanger the very existence of that society. अगर आप सोशलाइजेशन का प्रोसेस में कहीं से फेल हो जा रहे हो, तो दिस इज़ वेरी एक्सटेंस ऑफ दी सोसाइटी. आपकी सोसाइटी जो है वो फर्दर फिर सर्वाइव करने में प्रॉब्लम होगी. उसकी पूरी जो चीज़ें हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ें, इंपॉर्टेंट पिलर्स हैं, वो हिल जाएंगे और आप उन चीज़ों को ट्रांसमिट नहीं कर पाओगे वन जनरेशन टू अनदर जनरेशन. सो द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सोशलाइजेशन सजेस्ट दैट all human beings are capable of a far greater repertoire of behavior than they ever exhibit. So we begin life in a particular social context, and there we learn to make certain responses and not others. The most clear example is our linguistic behavior. Although we can speak any language that exists in this world, we learn to speak only that language which people around us speak within this social context, and we also learn many other things. Okay. For example, when to express emotions and when to suppress them. Okay. Society की availability के basis पे this type of learning is also happen by the observation and by the direct teaching, or by the punishment and reward, on the basis of punishment and reward, and on the basis of appreciation and not appreciation. So many techniques are there for socialization. So basically an example is here that the language, our native language, our mother tongue, is basically we are learn without any pressure, without any formal training, without any formal education. ठीक है. हमारी जो मदर टंग होती है, हम उसे ओनली ड्यू टू अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द इन्वायरमेंट कह सकते हैं हम, या क्योंकि वो हमारे आसपास एग्जिस्ट करती है, हमारे आसपास जो हमारे फैमिली मेम्बर्स हैं, हमारा ग्रुप है, स्मॉल ग्रुप है, वो उसे स्पीक करता है. दैट्स वाई हम उसे लर्न कर लेते हैं और उसे अंडरस्टैंड कर पाते हैं बेटर, बिकॉज वो हमारे कॉन्टेक्स्ट में अवेलेबल है. ऐसे बहुत सारी चीज़ें हो सकती हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, हाउ वी एक्सप्रेस अवर इमोशन, व्हेन वी एक्सप्रेस and when we suppress the emotions. ठीक है. And how the emotion is basically expressed. These things are basically learned by the process of the socialization. The probability of our behaving in a particular way is greatly affected by people who related to us. Anyone who possesses power relative to us can socialize us. Such people are called socialization agent. That means जब हम किसी से इंटरैक्ट करते हैं और किसी के पर्सनालिटी, किसी के कुछ फैक्टर्स हमें इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं, हम किसी से इन्फ्लुएंस्ड होते हैं, अफेक्टेड होते हैं, सो दीज फैक्टर्स आर नोन एज बेसिकली सोशलाइजेशन एजेंट. वो एजेंट्स, वो इंडिविजुअल्स, वो पीपल्स जो हम सोशलाइजेशन प्रोसेस में रोल प्ले करते हैं, और हम जिनके थ्रू हमें सोशलाइजेशन का प्रोसेस लर्न होता है, हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीखते हैं जिनके थ्रू. दीज एजेंट्स आर नोन एज सोशलाइजेशन एजेंट्स. These agents include parents, teachers, and other elders, which are more knowledgeable in the way of their society. So, under certain conditions, however, even our age peers can affect socialization. ठीक है. That's not mean कि only elders are agent of the socialization. Our peer group, our friends are also a socializing agent, because they also affect our learning, they also affect our behavior. The process of socialization is not always a smooth transmission between the individual and the socialization agent. ठीक है. ये बहुत ज़्यादा स्मूथ ट्रांसमिशन नहीं होता है. इट सम टाइम इन्वॉल्व कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स. इन सच सिचुएशन not only are some responses punished, but some are also blocked by the behavior of other to effective ways. At the same time, severe responses need to be rewarded so that they acquired greater strength, thus reward and punishment serve as basic mean for achieving the goals of socialization. That means these are the basically a technique, the punishment and the reinforcement. ठीक है, आप punishment and reinforcement के basis पे socialization का process learn कराते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको कुछ ऐसे बिहेवियर, कुछ ऐसी गुड हैबिट्स को इन्फ्लुएंस करना है, उसे इंक्रीज़ करना है, तो यू कैन रिवॉर्ड इट. आप प्रेज कर सकते हो उन चीज़ों एंड रिवॉर्ड कर सकते हो. दैट्स मीन द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर बिहेवियर इज increased and the chances of occurring in future is definitely increased. And if you don't want to appreciate the particular behavior, you can punish the child, and this punishment is basically weaken the behavior, and the chances of the particular behavior is repeated in a future is definitely decreased. So this is the way on which, this is the technique, this is the way how the process of socialization is occurred or the happen. So at the same time, severe responses need to be rewarded so that the acquired greater strength, and thus reward and punishment serve as basic means for achieving the goals of socialization. In the sense, all socialization seems to involve effort by other to control behavior. That's why this is the direct teaching, or you can say this is the forceful teaching. ठीक है, जहाँ पे आपको अदर्स पर्सन जो है, आपके सोशलाइजेशन एजेंट्स जो हैं, एल्डर्स जो हैं, उनका एफर्ट लगता है फॉर कंट्रोलिंग योर बिहेवियर. Socialization, although primarily consists of deliberate teaching for producing acceptable behavior, the process is not unidirectional. Individuals are not only influenced by their social environment, but they also influence it. So in societies the comprise many social groups, individuals may choose those to which they wish to belong. With increased migration, and individuals are not only socialized ones but are often re-socialized differently in their lifespan. So does not mean the process of the socialization has happened only one time. If a person is socialized, well socialized, the process of socialization is still occurred, and whatever they learn from the process of socialization, they may be also changed in the form of second type of socialization. Okay, re-socialize. A person is maybe in future re-socialized and directly in their lifetime. The process known as acculturation, which we will discuss later in this chapter. The process of acculturation, in which the concept of the socialization is re-socialized. Okay, इसे हम लास्ट में डिस्कस करेंगे. So due to the process of inculturation and socialization, we find behavioral similarities within societies and behavioral differences across societies. Both processes involves learning from other peoples. In the case of socialization, the learning involves deliberate teaching, and in the case of acculturation, the teaching is not necessarily for learning to take place. So inculturation means engagement of people in their culture, and since most of the learning take place with our engagement in our culture, and socialization can be easily subsumed under the process of inculturation. Okay, so that means the socialization is basically a part of inculturation. Inculturation is a broader term, and the socialization is basically considered in a inculturation process. A good deal of our learning involves both inculturation and socialization. Language learning is a good example. While a lot of language learning takes place spontaneously, there is also certain amount of direct teaching of the language, such as in grammar course of in elementary schools. On the other hand, learning of language other than the mother tongue, such as learning of Hindi by a European child, or of French by a child in India, is completely a deliberate process. That means a combination of these two processes, the inculturation and the socialization, is becoming an individual is becoming a responsible member of the society, and the teaching of the culture is the process of the culture teaching process is completed by these two processes, the inculturation and the socialization. So this is all about the concept of the culture, concept of the inculturation and the socialization. and in next video we will discuss about the socialization agent and the concept of acculturation. Okay, so this is all about today, and I just hope these concepts are little bit confusing, but the the basic point is that the concepts are written in a very detailed manner. The actually this type of detail is not required for you. Okay, you have to understand the concept in a short manner so you can easily comprehend the things. Okay class, then thank you.